This world is not so perfect as you think. In this world, there are people out there who have to look through the trash can for their breakfast, dinner, and lunch. There are people out there who have to take shelter in boxes just to find protection from the elements, the chaotic rains, the howling winds, and the gusting tempests. There are people out there who have to embattle their circumstances just to cling on to the life that they hold so dear. And here we are taking money for granted. I mean, it's there. We use it all the time. Most of us have jobs and a steady income. We live comfortable lives, able to take a 5-minute drive to the nearest Starbucks and buying a pumpkin spice latte just for the heck of it. Now, if you think about it, money is the pillar upon which a successful nation or individual leans on. No individual or company can be called successful or prosperous without vast amounts of money. But money can also be used as a discriminant to separate the nobles from the peasants and to impose statuses upon the people in society. Statistics show that 1 billion children worldwide are affected by poverty, and that's half of the children in the world. And as a result, there are 22,000 needless deaths each day. Who knows? Among the thousands of people dying, there might have been a child who was destined for greatness, to find the cure for cancer, to launch a space mission that would take us out of our solar system and into infinity. There might have been wonderful things accomplished, if only the people up top deigned to donate a small portion of their wealth and resources to the underprivileged down below. No more can this happen. No more shall the destitute endure the agony of having little to no food. No more shall the lowly waste away in the streets, oblivious to passerbys. For under my guidance, I resolve to bring an end to these problems and let all of humanity thrive once more. And you must think, and you might think, it's the usual solution of flinging a few dollars at them so that it becomes a collective effort and they would not be homeless anymore. But no, some people do not even have the luxury of spending a few dollars just to give to the homeless. They might need it for themselves, they might need it for their family. And besides, what good is money if the receiver does not know what to do with it? They're homeless people. They might have been homeless for all their lives. They might not have known the sweet sensation of having a full stomach. They might not know the feeling of sleeping in your own bed, safe from the cold, safe from intruders. As such, we must first show the homeless people how to live, like donating resources like clothes, food, a place to stay even. They need care more than they need money. Items that they can use will give them exactly that. But I don't want you to think that I will not be participating. That I'm not just a faceless figure obscured behind the deceitful veil that is politics. All of us want a perfect world to live in. We don't want a world ripped apart by anguish and misery. We want happiness. And in this time period, we aren't engaged in any full-scale wars or major conflicts yet. So we have peace. Why are we not content with our world? Why is our earth not perfect? Just imagine this, a utopia where everyone lives contentedly, a paradise where a man has the right to live their life uninhibited by the shackles of poverty. Such a place can only be built upon the foundations of our goodwill, using the small bits and pieces of food, clothing, and kindness all come together, all piled up on each other, so that we may finally free the homeless from their shackles and let them live free once more. When this is done, when these steps are taken, we shall find that the amount of people living in horrendous circumstances will be lessened. What will become of the bedraggled child that you saw down on the streets down the road, using only a pair of tattered shoes to walk around? What will become of the skeletal woman you saw holding a baby in her arms, desperate to feed her child? I'll tell you what. When you put your pair of shoes in the Goodwill bin, as well as the outfit that you thought too ridiculous for yourself, you'll find that in the next day, that child will have a new pair of shoes and a new set of clothing to keep him safe from the elements. And when you go to the department store and buy a bag of chips and you give it to that woman, you'll find that you'll have fed her for at least a while and you have kept them from the brink of death for a little while longer. If we all agree to donate an item that is worth a small amount to us, we'll find that at the end of the day, we have the power to make thousands of people's of lives better.